Bill Belichick, if you missed it this week, jobless. Fell through with the Falcons. They hire Raheem Morris. I don't think there's been any definitive reporting yet on why. I think there's, the clear speculation that he wanted too much control. And in hiring Raheem Morris, the Falcons empowering some of their other higher-up decision makers, GM, CEO, things like that. So you figure that's probably part of it. You wonder if money was part of it as well. But it's down to the Commanders, who it's been reported do not have interest in Bill Belichick. They seem full steam ahead for Ben Johnson. They're just waiting for the Lions to get eliminated. And then I don't think anybody really knows what Seattle's going to do. But for a number of I don't think Bill makes sense for Seattle. I don't think Seattle makes sense for Belichick. Look, would they be getting a younger coach than their previous coach? Yes, but only by 1 year. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that roster's ready to win a Super Bowl right now. I think they're still a couple years away. So it really seems possible that despite his own desires, and who knows, maybe he does end up retiring, Bill Belichick's not going to coach in the NFL in 2024. At least he's not going to be a head coach.
Yeah. And I think he people saying, "Oh, go do TV for a year and come back or whatever." Okay, now he's 73. Like he's not going to get any younger by going to do TV. I don't think he's going to change as a person by going to do TV or change his ways. I mean, we could be looking at the end of the road for him here, which kind of sucks. But I think another part of it too is his whole tree didn't get picked up, which I think is shocking. We all thought Vrabel would get a job immediately. Bill would get a job immediately. Bill O'Brien, he ends up in college, but I thought he'd be around the league or something like that. I didn't think he'd be out of the NFL. 2 months ago, I never would have guessed that the McDaniels, Belichick, O'Brien, and Vrabel would be jobless in the NFL in January. Like, I never would have anticipated that coming. So I don't know what the future holds for him. I think Vrabel's got opportunities definitely coming for him eventually. Yeah. But Bill, I think this might be it for him, and he might not get that record.
It's really looking like that. And I don't think I'm with you. Stay out of the game for your TV or no. And I wonder if he'll do TV. Because when he's on TV, that's a reminder that he's not coaching.
Yeah.
It's a reminder nobody would hire him every Sunday when we see him up there. It's a reminder that no team want to hire him as a coach. I shouldn't say didn't want to, but it didn't come together. I think there are teams that under certain circumstances would have. Like we heard the fact you heard Greg say it there, like the Falcons wanted to at one point, but they couldn't make it work. He's going to come back next year, and suddenly there's going to be this demand for him, and somebody's going to give him the overall say. There's a chance maybe I do wonder if he retires and goes out on his own terms. I wonder if he gets a consultant role like Parcells had in Miami, where, he just goes upstairs for some team and he's, advising them on big picture matters. Now, he doesn't get the record that way. It's a coaching record. But I wonder if he does something like that. A lot of people are talking about it like it's a lock that he goes to TV. I don't know. You could tell me anything, I'd believe you. You can tell me he's going to coach high school lacrosse, I'd believe you. I think it's all on the table with him.
Yeah, and I mean it's funny you mentioned Parcells. I was reading up on him yesterday, and I was kind of looking to see how old he was when he kind of hung it up as head coach coming out of Dallas, and he was like 5-6 years younger than what Bill is now. And
right. Well, remember, there's that famous quote from Bill about I'm not going to be coaching into my 70s.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I think that comes from, what guys went through. I don't know if it was the Parcells. Did he have an issue with, I won't say a heart issue or something like that, during his coaching days? Not bad, but kind of a scare. Like, you know what? I think I should give this up.
He might have, yeah.
But there was a quote in there when you look it up of him saying, of people thinking maybe the game passed Parcells by. And he was, like I said, 5 years younger than what Bill is now, and was thinking that the game has already moved on from what his old coaching ways. So I think it's a similar situation with Pete Carroll and Belichick. The age thing, I think, is huge. Guys don't want to bring you around for these long-term rebuilds when they know you're not going to be there long-term. It's nothing about your skills, coaching ability, leadership. It's just these long-term commitments that they're not willing to make to guys in the 70s. And it's not just the NFL. That's just corporate America in general. The guys in the 70s aren't getting picked up that much. And it's unfortunate to watch these guys go out like that, but it's the nature of the business, and it's just their numbers up, man.
So what do you make of the guys that have been hired around the league? I mean, it's a definitely younger group. I think a less
Mm-hmm.
experienced group, and this is the way it's been trending the last couple of years. The one I wonder is, does Vrabel still have a shot in Seattle? Because that could maybe change the trend. But if not, you're going with all these young upstart coordinators, and that's just who are head coaches now, it seems like.
I think the youth movement is, you see it across sports. I mean, you see NBA coaches in their 30s now. I mean, it's a common theme that's going on. And I think it's less to do with X's and O's. We kind of touched on this a little bit yesterday. It's more to do with being relatable to the new generation of players. I think the players have changed. I know people say, oh, the game is different, the play calling. It's not so much the X's and O's, the people are different. You got young guys out there who, they're not soldiers like they were back in the day. They came in, yes, sir, they fall in line. They do, the drill sergeant mentality with a soldier. Now, these kids, especially NIL world, these kids are coming in millionaires with their own brand and managed team. They make more money than the coaches already in college. So they're coming in with a different mindset. I think you have to have younger guys that can relate to these guys and understand where they're coming from and just be able to get on the same page with them. And I think now the Dan Campbell style is kind of working. We laughed at the Rex Ryan style years ago because it was different. But I think if Rex was coaching today, he'd fit right in. But I think that's just where things are going in sports in general, because the people, we have changed, not so much the X's and O's of football.
And I think something we learned from all this is Bill Belichick maybe doesn't open that. We were talking in December, Cerrone, about Bill's future in New England, and I had the take, and I don't think I was alone in this, that if he'll just stay and coach and let some of the other stuff go and let some of the personnel stuff go, like, then you keep him because he's still a good coach. But I wonder if that's kind of what Atlanta approached him with, and it wasn't there. And if he's not going to change that, he's probably not going to change his program, his head coaching program. And it is fair, I think, to look at that and wonder. And it's not to say guys don't like playing for him. They clearly do. I mean, you heard Jabril Peppers was very defensive of him throughout the season. Jabril Peppers is also kind of an old school athlete. He's got an old school mentality.
Yes.
And you need and it's always been true, you need to be a certain kind of person to play for Bill Belichick. That's always been true. And, he was still able to make players great within that. But I just think there's less and less of those kind of people now.
Yes. And
which is a shame.
Yeah, it is a shame. As I say, I don't agree with it.
Right.
But I think that's where it's going. It's just, it is what it is. People. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's not Bill's fault.
Right. It's not his fault. I'm not saying it's right, but it's kind of like people get on Mac Jones. Oh, he's a brat. He looks spoiled. He looks soft on the sideline. It's like, I got news for you. Every young quarterback that come in is going to have a similar mindset or a similar attitude.
Right.
The guy that'll run through a brick wall for anything. Those guys are not few and far between, but it's changing. It's changing. They want to wear the turnover chain now. Guys want to have fun. It's a different mindset in sports, and you got to either get with the program or you get gone. I mean, Popovich in the NBA might be the last old school drill sergeant guy, and you already see him leaning toward, let the young kids have fun. He's kind of already changing because he understands it. But some of these guys, like look at the guys who've been let go. You've seen Pete Carroll, Bill Belichick, Nick Saban, all just go away. Fangio, another older guy. He's gonna get picked up, I believe, somewhere if he hadn't already. But he's another older guy. To where you're like, man, how these guys lose their job? Why would they just quit? The times are changing, and you got to get with the times, or they're gonna get rid of you.